Alright guys, sorry for that small hiccup. We are now back into game 2. For those of you who missed game 1, Virginia Tech had a very dominating game 1, steamrolled VCU after a bit. And getting back in, bans so far about the same as last game. We see the Riven against Yada, the Callista against Dior, and the Galio against Smite Infinity, and the Vagar again against Quanzilla. Now on VT's side, since they dominated last game pretty convincingly, they don't really have a reason to change up their bans here. I'm questioning to see whether VCU is gonna mix up their bans here, because some of those picks last game did give them trouble. Gavin's Nunu in the early game did net Virginia Tech nicer than played, and there's the Nunu ban, no surprise there. And the Varus ban from Virginia Tech, so it looks like they might be pressuring out a Kog'Maw first pick here from VCU. Because there's Kog'Maw and a Zero, those are two really big power. Oh no, we see the Sejuani, okay. I was thinking we might see a Kog'Maw pick there, because he is the best ADC, especially with Varus off the table. And Callista too, of course. So I would not be surprised if Virginia Tech just picks up Kog'Maw here. Maybe a jungler too. Or we might... oh no. So Fong France is gonna play Ezreal. It's interesting. Ezreal has been receiving nerfs lately, and then there was also the Klepto nerf, which hurt him. So we'll see how well he performs on this, rather nerfed Ezreal. Gavin just gonna hover a lot of champs, taking his time to pick. He is a big Graves player, but Graves not the best right now. Yeah, Gavin just gonna choose the J4 here. No surprise, J4, one of the best junglers. Right up there with Sejuani and Nunu. But that does leave Kog'Maw open. Oh no, we're gonna see the Caitlyn and Braum bot lane for Dior Paris and Crimson Range. Caitlyn has been popping up more recently. The nerfs to the Relic Shield and Poke have helped her, because she does not do the best versus Poke, and the Relic Shield sustain is kind of a pain in the butt for her. And Joe Jacko gonna get his Nami again. Had a really good game on that. The first time he ended 1-0-20. So, perfect KDA. No reason to go with something new since that's working. Let's see what the bans here are from Virginia Tech. They can target the mid lane pool for Quanzilla or the top lane pool for Eckhart. Ornn gonna be the ban. I guess they'd... well, Ornn is a power pick. Maybe they figured it was giving Yade some trouble. Who knows? Let's, we'll see. But now VCU gonna have to do a reply ban. Curious as to what they'll do. Okay, Irelia. Yade did pop off on that last game, kind of. He did have the most deaths on this team, but he was also the front line, so he took a lot of focus. Understandable to have 4 deaths. And Urgot gonna be the final ban. I assume that's targeted at Eckhart and not Quanzilla. I'm curious about that. Unless if that's in Eckhart's champ pool. And finally Camille again. No surprise there. Let's see what Virginia Tech decides to go with, if they want to leave the counter pick for either Yade or Smite. Looks like Yade just gonna pick that Gnar. It was banned last game, and Gnar is one of his best champions. Not to mention Gnar is just really popular and strong right now. So that is gonna leave Smite Infinity with a counter pick here in the mid lane. Quanzilla gonna have to go with a blind pick. Azir is still on the table though, if he wants to go with that. Okay, we're gonna see the Gangplank in response to Gnar. Gangplank makes good use of the Klepto rune, and he is kind of a lane bully now, because he just goes up and presses QT and makes a bunch of money, and gets free items occasionally. Ooh, Zoe. Zoe is kind of strong right now in the right hands. I haven't seen much of it in solo queue and norms, but I do know in competitive and upper elo, the people who do play her, they can get a lot of success with her, and Zoe is a frustrating champ to play against with her Q and E spam. So Smite is going to respond with the Fizz. Fizz should be able to pop the Zoe, given that he's a Fizz. And so, yeah, players going to choose their loadouts now. This is a bit interesting. Going back to the bot lane, Caitlyn will definitely have a priority over Ezreal, especially after Fong Francis goes and backs and gets a tier. Because if Ezreal has a tier and Caitlyn has a BF sword, that gives the Caitlyn a lot more offensive power than the Ezreal, and just means a lot. So
Alright, I'm here.
Okay, hi. I was just talking
Hello.
about bot lane. And the Braum will be kind of pesky because he can absorb the Nami ulti. So we'll see what Crimson Rage decides to do with that.
Yeah, that's true. Darn, I didn't even think about that when I was drafting that. Shoot.
Yeah, I was just talking about the bot lane, how basically VCU has a really... Basically, once Ezreal comes back for Fong Francis and he has a tier, whereas Dior Paris will have a BF sword, that's when VCU is going to really have the chance to just shine in that lane and push their advantage.
Yeah. See how much they can do with the Nami Ezreal in the bot lane. Getting ahead. Nami, of course, always wants to win lane and does a pretty decent job of it in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also see how much Kleptomancy can help the Ezreal to get those advantages he wants in lane.
Yeah.
Also, if Caitlyn does win that lane, Ezreal has probably the best time of any losing AD carry into Caitlyn, just because he can Q the wave constantly.
Well, the problem with Ezreal is that he doesn't really have wave clear to match Caitlyn's just Q. So basically, Dior Paris with a BF sword can just like push waves pretty well with his Q, and Fong Francis doesn't really have much to reply with. So that is going to be an issue if they decide to push it like that. Although, granted, being pushed up like that opens their bot lane up to some pretty nasty ganks from Gavin, and you saw what happened last game. Before 6 minutes, Gavin had already been bought twice and netted them 2 kills in the bot lane.
Yeah, and this is like a team where I would not be surprised to see Gnar just TP onto a ward that's behind the bot lane of VCU and just kind of build up his own kill score.
Mm-hmm.
Yade is very much a player who looks everywhere on the map to see where he's going to get his next kill.
Mm-hmm. One of the one kind of glaring weakness for the Virginia Tech team comp here that VCU does not suffer is their siege and wave clear is not that good.
That's true. There is no wave clear in that team comp.
Yeah, so in sieging, I will give the advantage to VCU.
Yeah.
What about
this is a little bit of a Kaboom sort of thing there. This is sort of the comp that Alliance lost to Kaboom with all the way back in 2014. Is picking that Fizz in a as your last pick in a composition where you already have no wave clear can really just, if you get behind, you lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something we want to see in that matchup. I'm actually a bit surprised that VCU locked in that Zoe then without banning the Kassadin from last game. Kassadin does kind of destroy Zoe in lane.
That is true.
And even Fizz does too, obviously, or else it wouldn't have been picked.
Yeah, well, that and also Smite is comfortable on the Fizz. It's something he plays, so...
Yeah, also true. I mean, he obviously plays Kassadin as well. He had a few hundred games of that last season, so...
True. And
doesn't have a huge issue with that.
Yep, gonna get into the loading screen here. Gonna get a brief glimpse at the runes before Riot snags it away from us, and we can't really tell.
Yeah, that's been the most annoying thing. There was even like in the OCS broadcast this past weekend. We do see the Kleptomancy for the Gangplank. Actually, Dark Harvest on Ezreal. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I know Jungle Ezreal would go Dark Harvest. I know ARAM Ezreal goes Dark Harvest.
Yeah.
I can't really comment on this because I have not seen this in bot lane.
Help, my AD carry is trolling me.
Well, Ezreal Q does apply Dark Harvest, so once he starts getting the stacks going, he can have some real nasty poke if he just procs that against like Quanzil or Dior, even Eckhart.
Yeah, that is a it's possible. Like I could see the logic behind it, but at the same time I'm thinking, who the heck takes Dark Harvest? You know? So we'll see.
I honestly
One thing we haven't talked about too much, sorry, is the Gnar into Gangplank matchup. Gnar is going to be looking to win that lane pretty hard here.
Mm-hmm. His range just helps him out of those GP barrels, which like melee top laners have a trouble dealing with, from what I know.
Yeah. Also, just constant harass from that Airy Gnar. Means that Gangplank's not going to have a great time of it. Although we have seen a decent amount of OCS Gangplanks keep up in CS, and obviously if you're keeping up in CS on Gangplank, you're keeping up in gold too, if not ahead.
Yeah, not because there's also always Klepto.
I mean, Klepto plus just the way Parlay works.
Yeah, because with the Relic Shield, that also gives him 10 gold for autoing, so every time he Qs, he gets, what, 5 gold from Klepto, 10 from the Relic?
True. Yeah, that's a good point. We saw Huni take this as well, I think.
Yeah. Relic
in
Shield,
COG.
Relic Shield just gonna give Eckhart that extra health to deal with Yade's harass. Another 5-man stack from VCU. Last game they did it, they just kind of stayed in there.
Yeah, Jojako spots this one out, though. They do get the ward kill.
Oh, baby. And the ghost ward. Look at that prominent vision.
It's a zombie ward.
Right.
Jack, please get it right. No.
So
we see
pretty
decent
level one.
Go out of the way.
Crimson Rage is kind of far up, defending his ghost ward with his life potentially.
We just went over this. It's a zombie ward.
Ghost zombies, same supernatural thing.
Except one has a corporeal form. Anyways, VCU did pop this award onto the blue buff. Jarvan's headed that way, so VCU knows where Jarvan's starting. Not that they wouldn't have figured it out, just based on...
well, Yade is hanging on the top lane Try for a little bit, to make it maybe seem like he was leashing.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is Crimson gonna go for a steal here?
Doesn't have a smite. Bit too far away for the Q. So I'm gonna go with no. I just checked. It was a no. Directed camera. Toss us away from that, but was a thing. Smite just barely missed that CS.
Yeah, Quanzil coming out to an early lead in this lane, just by nature of him being ranged and having that Q harass. Gotta make Smite's life a little difficult in the early levels.
Yeah. It's a quick thing. I think the VT logo is a little bit downscaled from where it should be on the
oh, right, I didn't edit on this one. Yeah, okay.
Just want to make sure everything's looking great, dude. But like I said before, this would all be fixed if, we had a producer. It doesn't have to be Steven Spielberg, although that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, we can aim a little lower, Wes
Michael
Anderson.
Bay. No. Michael Bay, get explosions for every transition. That'd be great.
I don't know.
Wes Anderson would just be like, everything would be monochromatic or something, and it'd just look weird, I think.
Yeah, but like Michael Bay, you kind of know what's happening. Plus, also, you've seen when he's done with Transformers, how many reboots there've been.
I mean, there's only 5 movies. No reboots, really. I mean, like, the same sort of lore going through, although I don't know what the heck happened to Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh. That is
good for harass there from Fong Francis.
Just
Dark Harvested auto in.
Yeah. I wish we could see rune damages or stats.
Oh, Quanzil taking some damage here. Smite Infinity is following that up. His flash is already taken. He's going to be waiting for his Q. It's going to be up now. First blood goes to Smite Infinity in the mid lane. Quanzil going down.
Yeah, again by Gavin getting some early pressure in and netting his lanes in early lead. Izaro might be walking to his death.
Into this, Smite Infinity going to get some damage here. EQ still available for Jarvan. Does miss it. Takes a turret shot. Not going to finish up that kill, but is forced to out. Previously, full health to Sejuani all the way back to base, I think. Probably.
Jojako flashing to bubble. Dior pairs just forced to flash there out of respect.
Yeah, no, I mean, getting hit by that Nami bubble with that Dark Harvest Ezreal there, kind of dangerous. That with the amount of HP he had.
Yeah, and one change up this game, we have an Infernal Dragon first instead of a Cloud. So both teams gonna be looking towards getting that a lot more. Could
Yeah,
see
definitely a
some
much more
early fights around
viable.
that.
Sadly, no Nunu here. Yada actually could get a kill on Eckhart here. He does have the Airy. Airy gets the kill! And Tower executes Gnar.
Ooh. Eckhart did have flash there.
Yeah,
Although
I'm surprised he didn't flash.
I can't
Maybe he thought he could
exactly
live do an auto, but didn't expect the Airy to do so much damage. Luckily for Gnar, that is a wave that's pushing back towards him, so he doesn't have to deal with it being frozen.
And this first blood going over to Smite Infinity is pretty big. Just having that extra 300 to 400 gold is gonna help him survive this laning phase a lot more. And you saw it just there. He put a lot of hurt onto Quanzilla.
Yeah, I think the primary counter to Zoe is just kind of run at her. Get the, don't be, because her damage, she has less damage the further distance her Q travels, right? So running at her reduces the damage her Q does to you. If you can just wait for that time when she uses her paddle star, and then it's on cooldown for long enough that even if she lands asleep when you go in, she still can't paddle star you afterwards. The most you can get is like an empowered auto. So
interestingly enough, the bot lane for VT is pushing in against VCU. Ezreal is really strong before he gets his tier, just due to his Q. But
yep.
That pressure from earlier, forcing Duar Pairs to just chug his pot, paying off here because now they're getting tower damage.
Yeah, Yada actually forces the flash from Gameplay out this time, but in the same time we're going in for the fight on the bottom lane, reducing the mist bubble down. That's going kind of signal the end of aggression in that lane. Yada still going for the attack onto Gameplay, pops the stopwatch, but that's going to be an instant kill immediately afterwards.
Coordinated aggression there from BT, all three lanes going in.
Yeah, I saw literally all three lanes there. Only missing the jungle. Oh, we actually see the bubble on both because there's actually a weird interaction with Nami bubbles and Braum shields, where the second it hits the Braum shield, it actually proc in a circle around Braum as if it was centered on Braum. So using a Braum shield with the Nami bubble too close to your ally can actually cause your ally to get stunned.
Font France is a little low here and pushed up. If Izara was in his bot lane jungle, he would have to be pretty scared. Granted, he's just coming in there now, and there's some deep vision from Virginia Tech to spot him out.
Yep. Yeah, we see Gavin going for a little bit of aggression onto the Sejuani. Has the Raptors all warded up. That red buff is also alive, so we could see that become a point of aggression. But I think Virginia Tech's bot lane is not in position to fight that, so that probably won't
Smite Infinity
fight over too much.
Have his ulti now, so that is going to give him a lot of kill pressure on Quanzilla Zoe. Yeah.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Although I do that too, where I'm like, I'm not sure if I get it right. Say it again regardless.
Yeah, no, I said Zoe, and I was like, wait, she's Zoe, and then I'm like, wait, no, she's Zoe.
Yeah, wait, I mean, no, I got it right. Oh well. Yada going for another engage onto Eckhart. Gonna transform here in a second. He does not have the ultimate this time. Eckhart potentially did not know that, so he did save the removed Scurvy a little bit longer. Smite Infinity does miss the ultimate onto Quanzilla. Does get slept there, but he's in the middle of the minion wave. VT Gavin goes in for the attack. Misses that though, and he's going to take some damage. No sleep available.
It's a party in the mid lane right now. Both bot lanes coming up.
8-man mid, 2-man top. Meanwhile, in the top lane, you do actually see, because of the way Remove Scurvy works, giving you more HP the lower you are in health, Eckhart actually does come out on the upper end of that trade.
Yeah. Yada was tanking a lot of minion autos, I think.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see both junglers taking the reds, thanks directed cam.
Yep. Infernal Dragon, still a thing that exists on the map.
It's only been 9 minutes. Like, I know teams want to fight around that ASAP, but...
True, I kind of feel like this game's been going a bit longer than 9 minutes. I don't know. Following just at level 6, so we're probably going to see some fights happening a bit more down there.
Mm-hmm.
soon.
No, things kind of quieting down after that initial excitement.
Yeah, both teams just want to scalp a little bit. VCU doing a good job of kind of slowing down the pace of the game from last time.
And this is what I was talking about. We now see Dior pairs with the BF sword.
Oh, Smite Infinity is actually in the top lane there. Lands the ultimate onto Echo. It's going to take some damage here. That's going to be an almost instant kill. Yade steals it with the boomerang. Smite Infinity. Great roam there.
Yeah. Oh, Frank Francis actually completes a full Mana Mune there. So that's currently giving him...
Wait, is that the first back that he did? Yeah, he's at 10 mana. He didn't even buy a tier. That's a little greedy, I think.
Yeah,
by most people's definitions.
As Ezreal, you do want to get the tier ASAP, so you start stacking it ASAP.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It could actually delay the time he gets tier by at least maybe 2 minutes even.
Maybe the call there was that they just had the advantage and they were getting some decent tower pressure, just constantly pushing in. So maybe just hold off on that.
Could be. He did force basically the first back to be mana immune versus BF sword, which basically doesn't leave him as the same disadvantage as he would usually be in. It's actually up in AD on Caitlyn compared to where if you went back for tier, he'd be at a certain point be tier versus BSO, which would not be bueno.
No bueno indeed. See
we see Crimson Range dashes forward, misses his Q onto Jacko, does pop the ultimate immediately afterwards. The ultimate comes out from Nami, but the ultimate comes out from Sejuani as well. Quanzio jumps over the wall, he's going to have to come back though, and he's going to go down. In the bottom lane, Fong France is really low on HP, he's trying his best to get away. Does go down to the snipe from Caitlyn. We see the bottom lane from being evaded by Virginia Tech now. Yada gets a kill in the top lane, but we're not focusing on that. Meanwhile, Gavin goes in, huge ultimate lands on a Dior pairs. Even with the exhaust, he's going to go down after that hits. Now Infinity flashes forward to do as much as he can to Crimson Range. The W comes out. The Unbreakable keeps him unbreakable.
Yep, craziness all over the map there. VT definitely coming out ahead.
Yeah. Very good, well played from Virginia Tech there. After they roam, or after the kill on the mid lane, jungle and mid laner come down to the bottom lane and save that. In the end, Virginia Tech only loses one. Smite actually teleports to the bottom lane immediately. He's just going to go for a kill on the Crimson Range. He's going to have to be careful though. He's close to getting stunned up.
Yep.
We have Ezreal in the middle lane, but he's going to take more than half his HP in damage off of one EQ.
So Quanzilla is rushing the Zanyas here against Smite Infinity. Really respecting that all in.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to rush Zonyas now when you get the stopwatch for free from runes.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you see like Ryze boating it earlier, and Zoe can boat it earlier in this matchup too.
Dior pair's gonna pick up a ward.
Good defensive play from Quanzilla, I have to say. Even though he's boating armor instead of whatever. Actually, he's asleep for most of the duration of his thing here. Is gonna get stunned here though, and ace in the hold. Is the ace in the hole? Gets the kill onto him.
Yep.
Yade tried to get the kill there, but he did get minion blocks, so he couldn't quite throw out that last Q he wanted.
Quanzilla did a really good job of baiting Smite the Infinity there. Just brings him in, and then all of a sudden Zarya's there.
Shay's actually going for it. He does have the ultimate right now, but the flash away. Does get Sejuani ultimate, and that's another kill going over to the side of VCU.
Really
only down 2k. Yeah, only down 2k, despite being 5 kills down.
It was a 4k gold lead just a few minutes prior for VT, so those two shutdowns the one shutdown coming in clutch.
Yeah, you see the Braum going aggressive onto Funk Francis here. Has to E out, doesn't want to get stunned up.
Virginia Tech spot lane kind of coming out ahead on that one, since Crimson Rage took decent strength from Fong Francis and Jacko there.
Yep. Now we see Smite Infinity headed towards the top lane. Could potentially get a kill onto Eckhart here. He's backing. I don't think he saw him. The ultimate's available for Fizz. Going to do some damage here. Doesn't even throw out the ultimate yet and gets the kill almost immediately. Joe Jacko does get killed there, though. Had to pop his hourglass, and just the Caitlyn trap immediately afterwards does end him.
Eckhart now 0-5 on this GP. Definitely being held back. And his tower is really low. I don't know how fast Yachty can push this, but he might be able to get that first tower top.
Yep, we just see VCU, though. Oh, Funk Princess, good dodge. Oh, he gets hit by the Drowsy, though. Will he go down? Flash forward from Quanzilla does bring him down in the end. Phil Drake getting contested here by VCU. Takes that away before Gavin can maybe think about stealing it. Should see VCU only down 500 gold. With an Infernal Drake.
Yeah, should turn a bit. Yachty looking to get this first tower in the top lane. Gotta give a good chunk of change over to VT.
Yeah. First turret. First brick, rather. It's really nice. To my opinion, he dodges the Q there from Quanzo. He backs up to just so he can toss out the ultimate. The Zoni's hourglass comes out, but there's, you know, a bunch of other people there, so he's dead regardless. VT Gavin has to watch out here. He's going to get hit by the Redemption, stunned up here, trapped here, hit again, does go down. But that's drawing a lot of pressure to the bot lane.
Yeah, VC doing a good job of replying with a kill there. And now
Yade's... Oh, sorry, Yade is going to steal away the blue buff, is all I wanted to say. You can say whatever you had to say now.
Yeah, VC doing a good job of coming back in this game. And I was going to mention this earlier, but there was a bit of a bloody fight. Quanzilla is proving to be really annoying on the Zoe, just constantly throwing out those bubbles and the Qs.
Yeah. Yade going in for another fight onto Eckhart here. He does actually use the ultimate. It gets removed Scurvied out of, but now Yade basically in an auto attack fight against Eckhart. He does have the Airy, which gives him a little bit of a damage boost. It's kind of surprising how much extra damage you get with Airy just by being in melee range. So
yeah, I never thought of that.
Does do some damage. Yeah, just because the limiter on Airy is basically there's like a 1 second delay on the opponent or whatever, but then after that the main delay is basically just how long does it take for the Airy to get back to the caster.
Gavin's coming out. We might see a gank here. VCU does have 2 members in tow.
Just EQs out. He's going to get hit by the Drowsy, though. He's going to get hit there. You see the ultimates come out from Nami, though, and he could see a kill, but Funk Princess has to back up.
Yachty TP'd in and Smite's roaming.
Yeah, Yachty does get steps. He's going to stop the engage. We do see the ultimate from Jarvan into the stopwatch. That's going to basically secure that, but we do see Funk Princess, go down. Joe Jacko goes down as well to Israel. Smite Infinity is going to try to get Quanzilla underneath the turret. Does get the kill, but he's going to die to the turret. Now it's just a fight between Gnar and Sejuani as Gangplank farms it up in the top lane. He has a TP.
If he chooses to.
Yeah, gotta watch out for the stun coming out. He does have the ranged form now, which is a little bit better in this situation, actually. Redemption comes out, that's going to be big. But Chase still has the ability to kill him. He does get the kill, flashes out of the Gangplank ultimate before that can take him down. Now Gangplank's teleporting in. Bit late, dude. Come on.
Just a little late after everyone dies.
Yeah, basically just going to play a round of ring around the Resi.
Smite's TPing bot to help out Yachty.
Yeah,
so
and now Yachty has his ult.
turn.
Oh my god! What a crazy play. Yachty just barely managed to form up the rage he needed to survive there.
Yeah, really nice to Smite Infinity there, noticing his top laner is in a bit of trouble against an 0-7 GP. Comes in and helps out.
Yeah, great delay there from Yachty. He knew what he was going for. Actually, Crimson range is so low, he goes down to the snipe from Yachty. Boomerang.
And this is
second tower going down to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Virginia Tech now reclaiming a bit of their gold lead.
Izir did come back, gets the revenge kill onto Yachty. Wave comes out, is going to kill the Caitlyn, stunned up on the Fizz. He's going to go down. Now Zoe's here. Jack in a little bit of trouble. He does get drowsied. He's going to probably take some damage here. Yeah, Gavin just came in. He's going to do as much damage as he can to Quanzilla. He does have his ultimate and flash. Misses the Q. Yeah, Funk Princess does have his ultimate. Drowsy misses. That's an ultimate onto his Zoe that's going to end him. That's an EQ from Jarvan. He's going to ulti onto Zoe. He's going to flash away from the Paddle Star. Going to go for Quanzilla. Quanzilla picks up the flash, uses that. Oh, does barely get the kill onto Jarvan. Francis, I was waiting for him to E in, but could not. Now Gangplank's in. Francis is in a difficult situation. Looks like he's going to get away. Oh, that was so close.
Alright, so I think we just had a 3-minute long team fight there.
Yeah.
Bloody.
1 or 2 teleports. I think a few people respawned, came back in a few times. Yeah. And now what we have to gather from that is that Isru is the hero of VCU. 7, 3, and 4 after all that. He picked up a decent number. I think that's like 3 or 4 kills in that team fight alone.
Yeah. Sadly, Isru, not exactly the one you want with all these kills. You'd prefer to have him on Dior or even Eckhart, or even Quanzil.
Yeah, actually, we see Eckhart here gets caught out by Smite Infinity and Joe Jacko. The Q does force the flash away from Eckhart. Smite Infinity, does get slowed by the end of W, but he's going to get out pretty much no problem at this point.
Ooh, Yachty finding a lone Dior Paris here.
Oh, that's going to suck. Yeah, this is a dead Caitlyn.
Yeah, he's got Red Buff and Frozen Mallet.
Oh, sleep on to Smite Infinity does cause him to take a decent amount of damage there. He gets out, no problem. Yeah, these Zoe EQs are going to start to be a bit dangerous.
And if we look at the top lane, just all that pressure Yachty had from getting the first tower and all the kills has netted him like about a 2,500 gold lead alone.
Yeah, you think like, oh yeah, Gangplank's even in CS, that's great, but then you remember, wait, he's 0-7 against the 9-3 Gnar. Now Yachty just going for another kill onto Eckhart if he can. The ultimate does come out from Gangplank, but that's not enough to kill that tanky Gnar.
Plus also, Eckhart can't proc Klepto if Yachty's on the other side of the map, if you think about it.
Alright, Jojako in a bit of a dangerous situation here. But we do see Gavin go in onto Quanzilla, and now there's the rest of Virginia Tech trying to kill that dude as soon as they can. He does manage to get away. The sleep gets picked up by the Nami. He's going to have to watch out there. He's going to take a lot of damage from that Peacemaker from Caitlyn. And now Gavin's in a slightly dangerous situation. Oh, but he gets procced by the Drowsy, and stun actually procs the Drowsy.
And trapped.
Slightly better off, but he still gets hit by the Quanzilla Q.
And another Infernal Dragon is up. If you're VCU, you're looking at that.
Yeah. Yada, the hero though, trying to come in. He's about to get the massive Gnar. Does land it, but doesn't get the stuns on anybody. That doesn't matter. That you do get Caitlyn. That's going to be Izruk following up on there. That's a double kill for Funk Francis. Slow comes out onto Crimson Rage. You already know Yachty is looking for that.
I mean, yeah, it's Yachty.
Yeah,
and
dude.
loves killing. And Funk Francis is going to drop on the back there from a Quanzilla.
Oh, he did go down to a Zoe Paddle Star there.
Man, I wanted to like go for Funk Francis and see how many Dark Harvest stacks he had, but I guess we'll have to wait till he respawns.
Yeah, it's not quite. Oh, we do get. Oh, dodges the stun, but Yachty still gonna get the kill onto Quanzilla before he can get the kill back. And now it's Eckhart in the middle of everybody. He's going to get hit by this Fizz ultimate. I think that's a max range version. And it's a kill for Yachty with the snipe once again. I think that's his 3rd or 4th one this game.
He's gotten a lot with snipes. And now the Infernal's going over to VT, where VCU, they kind of had position over it, but Yachty came in with a really clutch swing.
Israel flashes in, but Gavin does get the kill. Israel has his Q to get back out. There's a blast cone there. You're going to want to be careful with that Virginia Tech. It does pop it. Not exactly how they wanted that to work out.
Smite Infinity and Gavin just kind of chilling.
Israel still potentially going to go down here to Smite Infinity. Gonna watch out. Have to watch out though. There's a lot of damage coming out from that Caitlyn and the Braum. We just see the massive ultimate come out from GP. It's going to help Yachty in a difficult position. Heal comes out from Francis. That's a kill from Yachty onto Braum with the boomerang. Overall, advantage VT. Quanzilla gets the massive paddle star onto Ezreal, though, as he eases in. That's good for him. Quanzilla lives by the skin of his teeth once again. He has a redemption he can use here. Ismail comes out onto Fong Francis. Holy cow.
Poor Eckhart trying really hard to get a kill. Currently 0, 9, and 2 on this GP. Not having a good time.
Yeah, he did finish the Triforce and the aiming for that stairs. Oh wow, Caitlyn gets the kill onto Ezreal though. Those crits will do some damage.
He's been staying on Triforce and Yarm's Fist for a while now. In that time, we've seen Yachty complete a Cleaver and a Randuin's, I believe.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't actually been keeping too much track of that. I believe that's a Yeah, that's a Celestial Eye for Gangplank. He has wards now. So we will see wards coming out from the top lane. And it's actually a turret going down there to Eckhart.
And Idua Paris this game having a much better time compared to last, where he kind of more or less got bodied. Currently 5-5 and 10 and has a 1k gold lead on this Caitlyn. You see the fight break out.
Alright, ultimate comes out from Fizz onto Israel. He doesn't really have... he ultimates to stop the Fizz from doing too much more. That's a sleep on the ground, but it's probably not going to be picked up by anybody. Yeah, Israel's just going to go down here to... Oh, actually does get shielded. Zonius comes out from Fizz. He flashes away. That's probably not going to get procced. Does get out. VT Gavin has to watch out here. He does E. There's the Q. Slept, though. He's going to take some damage. He does get killed by Crimson Range, actually. And Drowsy onto Fizz, but he's too far away from me to take advantage of that.
Really good stalling there from VCU to net him and killing that fight. Azaro just staying alive for a long time. And he probably should have died.
Yeah, shield came out clutch there.
And the redemption from Crimson.
Yeah. Check trying to put some pressure on this mid lane.
But we do kind of see Virginia Tech's comp problem come up. They don't really have wave clear to push this.
Yeah.
So do you think Virginia Tech just defaults to a 1-4-0 or just a 1-3-1?
Right now Smite's teleport isn't up, so probably a 1-4 somewhere if they can, with Fizz flanking. Oh, that's a Drowsy for Joe Jackal. He's going to get this guy instantly.
And that's why everybody loves Zoe.
Oh yeah.
Just takes,
starting to see this come up big against Virginia Tech. You know, Smite Infinity though, pushing in the bottom lane. I was wrong to 1-3-1.
So he can't put on the hurt. And
yeah,
I think he is comfortable solo killing Eckhart here.
Yeah. It's an 0-9 Gangplank. Probably
exactly the scariest Gangplank.
Yeah, he does have the Starix gauge, which will help him a little bit.
Yeah, just give him that big fat shield for survivability.
Yep.
And we see the mid lane tower picked up the VT. Good for them.
Yep. Oh, actually, the ultimate comes out from Israel onto Yada. Yada he could potentially get Drowsied here. Don't know the cooldown on that right now. He does get hit by the power star, and then Drowsied on the follow-up, and that's a kill from him by... Actually, no. Quanto has to have to flash away to finish him off. And now we see Frank Francis taking some damage in the middle lane. He does get crit there by the Caitlyn.
We see pings on Baron.
Comes out from Nami. Yeah, they are looking for the Baron. Quanzo is going to have to go back, though, because Fizz is taking some damage.
Yeah, Quanzilla is just kind of going off.
Or doing some damage.
Getting some really clutch Drowsies.
Yeah. I kind of misspoke there. I said taking some damage. I meant taking some turrets or dealing some damage. Oh, wow! That was a faster burst than I think even Zoe could do in that situation.
I don't think anybody expected that. Not even Smite.
Yeah, I don't think the directed camera expected that because it's kind of switched off the second it happened. That was kind of crazy.
That is one buff down.
Yeah, we see Izu flash forward but misses the slow on just my Infinity. He has a blast gun. He can get away. No problem here.
And that kill will help reset the pressure VCU got from that Baron a little bit. Since they are a man down and a buff down, that does give VT some breathing room to just stall out this Baron buff for a little bit.
Yeah, and it's going to be an open inhibitor on the bottom lane too.
What's the next dragon?
It is a Infernal Drake.
Oh baby. All teams gonna be wanting that.
Yeah. To see how it plays out. Virginia Tech has one in almost two teleports. We actually saw Zoe switch to the barrier there after the death by Fizz. Virginia Tech already started this up, doing a lot of damage to it already. Going smite away, but Gavin gets it. Yada has to be careful here. He's in the middle of the pit, does get drowsied up. Not quite Mega Gnar quite yet. Is looking for this big Noro, though he does land one, that's two. Into the wall, Quanzilla has to pop a stopwatch. Izu is doing his best to make it a little confusing as to who's hitting who. Quanzilla does pick up another Zonias, though. That's 2 more from VCU going down, though, and Virginia Tech is going to win this team fight. Not what I was expecting. Only 1 casualty, and the Infernal Dragon goes over to them as well.
Gotta give props to Fong, Francis, and Yade in that fight. Yade with that huge clutch ultimate to just shut down Duar Paris, and Fong Francis with good positioning to just DPS the backside of VCU. And in the end, they shut down the Baron buff from VCU, and now we see Yade wailing on an open inhib.
Yep, there's a few seconds before anybody can answer. Brahm's going to be capable of it. Call is just to take the mid lane turret instead. Caitlyn's coming here in a second. Yade probably doesn't care too much about Braum, but he will have to watch out for Unbreakable. It does stun Braum up as he loses the mini-Gnar.
And despite all that action, it's only about a 4k gold lead for Virginia Tech, and that is a little negligible right now.
Yeah.
So both teams more or less even.
Yeah, just one Zoe bubble pop into Joe Jacko will basically negate more than all of that gold lead, so.
Well, one Zoe bubble into Fong Francis or Joe Jacka is just possibly a free kill.
Yeah, those are the 2 that don't really have an answer to this. There's times when you want to see the Jarvan EQ into the way, or Gnar.
Or maybe a QSS just to help with the drowsy.
Yeah, that's potentially a thing. Mikhail's Crucible, also an option.
Because it's like, I feel like Maw isn't enough. This just does so much damage.
Yeah, it does. See though? Yade dodges a gank. Yeah. 15, 5, and 10 for Yade. That's 25, participated in 25 kills for his team. That's the most of his team. It's almost equal to all the kills VCU has. Kind of insane coming out from him.
How many Dark Harvest decks is Fong Francis at? Is he at the magical 150?
He is at 164. Okay. So yeah. Above the magical 150.
But
we'll have 3 minutes to deal with every single proc he gets now instead of the previous 20 seconds.
This game is starting to go a bit late, and I'm kind of favoring VC for the late game. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, VCU has a slightly better late game. They do have the crit scaling AD carry compared to the Ezreal.
Yeah.
Zoe's burst also just gets bigger later in the game. Although teams will get tankier, so the burst kind of has a max it can get. That's a Paddle Star without a bubble onto Ezreal, so that's a huge amount of damage though.
Thankfully, Fong Francis has a Nami and some lifesteal.
Yeah.
And Yade is going up to that inhib. Only Eckhart is there to contest.
Yeah, he's about to go mini as well, so we'll have a slightly better chance escaping as well when he does eventually take down this inhibitor.
Yeah, I imagine Yade is not too scared of Eckhart right now. Might even fancy himself a 1v1.
That's not a 1v1 though. He brought Braum, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw Ezreal get hit super hard by that poke.
Drowsy actually landed on his Slain Infinity there.
Yeah, he gets taken low. Fong Francis going for something. Oh, actually the ult flash forward from Quanzilla is enough to take down Slain Infinity in the mid lane. There's still pressure going on in the top lane though. I've been trying to bring up this point for a little bit, but stuff has been happening on the map, as it does, it seems like, every time I try to make something happen, talk about something.
I know that feel.
I was an Ezreal main back in like Season 3, back when, you know, the Cancer Nidalee was at its, no, back when Cancer Nidalee was at its, like, you know, its peak or whatever.
Yeah.
And what I always did in situations against those, like, huge poke was always go double lifesteal. And after you see this team fight coming out, ultimate lands onto Ezreal, somehow dodges the rest of the team and gets that priority target. Sleep lands onto Jarvan, he's on the other side of this wall, probably still going to get hit by the Paddle Star. Does get stunned up by the Sejuani. The rest of the team not going to be able to quite fast enough to chase that though.
Yeah, no Baron to grab. And I did kind of want to mention this earlier when Quanzilla got the solo kill, but some action broke out. One of Zoe's strengths is, even when you're kind of behind, she can just keep spamming out her sleepy trouble bubbles or whatever it's called. And you just need one to land, and he has the items to back it up to just kind of one-shot anyone.
Yeah, Void Staff and the Sork Shoes with the Leandries is a lot of Magic Pen.
Like, do you think Smite Infinity should invest in, say, a Banshees right now, just to help with that?
Yeah, Banshees would be a good choice. A few other good options as well. I'd say its advantage is the best. We'll see what he ends up going. Does not look like he's going Medjai's this game, though.
Yeah.
We'll say that. Yes. Yeah, what I was saying, like the double lifesteal on Ezreal, though, basically it just lets you eat the poke and then instantly be at full health again.
Well, Ezreal can certainly do that since he doesn't need investing for hit.
Yeah.
Not to mention, picking up a QSS would be really nifty for him.
Oh, yeah. Joe Jacko, apparently the Juke King there, because...
Using the Nami move speed to just shimmy onto the side. And Baron is being started by VCU.
Yeah, this is actually surprisingly the first time I think we've seen too much Baron pressure happening. It's already at half HP. Looks like Virginia Tech kind of can't decide if they want to go for it or not. Yade tosses the boomerang out, does not get anything. Israel takes the damage from the Fizz ultimate. He's going to get sped up. Sleepy Trouble Bowl comes out, does not hit anybody. Actually hits Gnar, but he doesn't care. Fang Francis goes out, slows down the Israel. He actually stops his back. There's an ultimate from Israel forced out. Now Gnar's here, going to get this kill. That's going to be a big pick, reducing the number of Baron buffs we see.
Mm-hmm. And like last time, just taking out that one member and having a 4v5 for a while, that just stalls it out.
Oh, Yade uses his team member to get the bounce forward. Fang Francis takes the kill, though.
Mm-hmm. Fang Francis kind of literally boosting Yade there.
Oh, yeah. I don't think the top lane is 15, 5, and 11 needs a boost, to be fair.
I mean, he needed a boost for that kill.
Okay, a little bit of a boost. Not a boost in the physical sense. Not a boost in the League of Legends sense.
But you do agree that Yade was boosted by Fang Francis.
Sure. Vertically. Vertically boosted, not elo boosted. You missed you missed a power star onto a sleeping target there, Quanzilla.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe VT Gavin just popping out. Scared Quanzilla there.
Yeah, we are actually seeing the chase here from Virginia Tech. They're going to spot Quanzilla there, and he's just going to die.
Yeah, Zhonya's just kind of gonna delay the inevitable, and that's now another Baron buff down with a 50-second death timer. That gives Virginia Tech a lot of time to play around on this map.
Yeah, and they're actually pushing in with the super minions in the bottom side, as well as pushing the mid lane at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And
so that's going... Okay. With the pressure from the super minions, I probably shouldn't have too much trouble pushing in on the mid turret, especially without the Zoe. Gotta watch out for the Caitlyn traps, obviously, but those aren't set up right now.
One thing to point out is that it's gone... Oh, never mind, we have a team fight.
We do have a team fight. Ezreal is actually the first to fall. He goes down very quickly, and now Swain Finney goes down immediately afterwards. I know Zonya's popped there, and that's just going to be 2 quick kills for VCU that use the Gnar to disengage. And Eckhart going to try a chase. Actually, D.R.Pair's also trying to chase. That's going to be a Joe Jacko going down to those very fast people.
Okay, really big team fight there win for VCU. Might open up this mid lane for them, but they still have supers in the bot. And one thing I did want to point out earlier is that even though Eckhart was having a lot of trouble on the GP, we've gotten so far in the game that he's now at 5 items, so he's really scary.
Yeah. He's only 1.5k down on the person who's been basically stomping this game. Even less than that now that the turret's been destroyed. Virginia Tech actually taking some damage here to their base. It's going to be, I think, the first inhibitor that has ever been taken against this roster in the EEC.
We see Ping's top lane, big wave for VCU, and the inhib bot is no longer down, so they don't have to worry about those supers creeping in. They do have to worry about 2 TPs.
Yep. That is true. Ezreal ulti actually clears out a lot of those caster minions' health.
But with the Baron buff, we can see VT's team comp weakness here, just not having any real field clear.
Yep, Braum ultimate comes out, but there's still going to be more harass coming out from Virginia Tech. Forces Ezreal's flash out. Smite Infinity in position to flank. Does actually land the ultimate onto Eckhart. He's going to look for the kill there, but gets slept, and Sejuani ultimate basically just dies instantly. The Gorgo's Stormplate is not enough to keep Gavin alive either.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for VT, but VC doing a good job of staying ahead. Eckhart falling a little low.
Yep. That's Funk Francis dying as well, by the
Yeah.
way. He got hit by the Sleeper Trouble bubble.
That's
I think
why
that's
you
actually
need that QF.
potentially game.
Yeah, that should be game. We got 30 seconds on Smite, 20 on Gavin, and 45 on Funk Francis. Not to mention, Super's coming in, 2 of them.
Yep. Yada Yada trying his hardest on the back line, trying to take out Eckhart, but Eckhart actually might win a 1v1 for the first time this game. Give Gangplank enough time to scale, and it doesn't even matter that he's 1 in 10. He'll get that solo kill. And VCU wins the game against Virginia Tech. That's this roster's first ever loss in the EEC.
Going to game 3.
Indeed it is.